What's up, guys? Welcome to an all-new episode of Unwrapped. My name is Daria. Some of you may know me formerly as WWE superstar Sonya Deville, but now I am a wife, I am a stepmom, I am an entrepreneur, real estatePreneur. I don't know, it changes every day because it can. And this is my beautiful wife, Toni.
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Toni, and I am officially just a professional stay-at-home wife.
I love that.
That works way too many hours.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you never get off the clock.
Never.
But we have some really special guests today. You guys know we are diehard reality TV fans, specifically for one of our favorite shows, Love is Blind. And we are joined by none other than Meg and Mason.
Yes. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. So I have to say, we binge watched your season the second it dropped. And then we went back and rewatched it.
Yep.
Before having you guys on, and we chatted with Taylor and Daniel this week. So yeah, we are up to date on all the gossip and drama, but we are so excited to have you guys on and hear from you guys, from your perspective, what it was like being in those pods.
Yeah, we're so excited to be here. I honestly cannot believe you guys watched it twice because most people I feel like didn't even get through it once. You guys for being able to watch it through twice. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
No, it's so entertaining. We love. And, you know, our love story, it was very 21st century. We slid in each other's DMs, but we love the concept of love being blind. I'm going to start it off hot. We're going to play a little game called Cancel, Collab, Confront. Just to get the little jitters out, get a little giggles. My wife's going to intro the people that we have for Cancel, Collab, Confront. And you guys are going to say which would fall into which category for you. And they're all people you know. Your castmates on Love is Blind.
This is dangerous, guys.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
It's like fun though. And we'll give you our opinion too, because, you know, we have opinions on the cast as well.
And I feel like this one is going to be extra juicy and fun because of situations. And I'm curious to see where you guys are at now. So we have a fan favorite from all the seasons, I think. Probably my favorite ever.
He's just a character. Yeah.
Good old boy Jimmy from season 6.
Okay.
Then we have maybe a not so fan favorite. I'm not sure. Madison. And a good friend, Alex.
Okay.
So you have to cancel one, collab with one, and confront one.
I got it.
It's easy.
She's like, I'm ready.
Ready. I'm ready for this.
All right.
I would cancel Jimmy. No, don't know you that well.
Poor Jimmy.
Collab with Alex and confront Madison for sure.
Fair.
Mine's almost identical with just a little switch up. I'm gonna confront Jimmy because Chelsea's my girl. So I'm gonna have to confront him and be like,
fair.
How do you like that? I've already confronted Madison too many times, so I'm gonna cancel her and then collab with Alex.
I like it. That was going to be my next question. Do you guys feel like there's anything left to be said to Madison at this point? Or is there like a mutual respect between you guys? Or is it still kind on iffy terms?
Man, our relationship now is so far from the show and all the drama. It's just been mutual respect. Just she can go do her own thing, live her own life, whatever she wants to do. And we're just off doing our own thing. So I think everything that needed to be said was said. So we're just kind of doing our own thing and just happy at this point.
Is it so weird for you guys now? Because the show filmed over a year ago at this point. Now that it aired and all the, that's fun drama from the show. It's why we watch reality TV to a point. Is it so annoying now that is so much stuff about Madison coming up?
And you're having to relive it and go through it again?
When you guys are I'm so far removed from it now. Or is it still actually prominent?
It's definitely interesting. We're living a life that we like you said, a year ago, this happened. And now it's everyone cares about something that we're already over. And all this drama is being stoked up. And it's we are so far from this. I think one of the most annoying things when people have the attention and spotlight and go with it and stoke the flames to really stay relevant and stuff like that. It's
right.
We have all been over this. Move on at this point.
Yeah. I think after the show, we talked about it a lot. And I feel at that point, it was almost healing to talk about it
Right.
because no one did know. And so when it came out at that point, it was nice to like talk about it, say your side of the story, get it off your chest. And then after that happened, the immediate period after that, I think now we're just trying to move on and just live our normal life, honestly, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you guys have such a cool story because it's like, it's not the traditional path of Love is Blind. You went on the show, you guys were dating up until the end. Mason, we're in a situation where obviously you had 2 women that you were still dating up until the end. And it's hard watching because I'm like, from my perspective, I'm like, yeah, how do you not have multiple interests? You're talking to these people all day, every day. Like, it seems difficult to get to a point where you're so sure when you haven't even seen the person or felt their energy in real life, not even based on looks, just like their energy, right? So like, can you just talk us through those last couple episodes we saw of your decision making? And do you think it would have been different had Madison not been in the picture at all, telling the girls certain things on the girls' side? Meg, if you weren't hearing things and she wasn't in the mix, do you think the result would have been different?
I 100% think everything would have been a lot different. I mean, there was a reason I was torn. I mean, I had 2 girls that I was really interested in, and I think we meshed really well. And, you know, I was very, very, I love love. Like you said.
I heard you say that.
When I fall for someone, it's just, I'm falling hard. So the fact that there were 2 girls that I was falling over really made things complicated. And there were other factors, like I know before we go on our dates, there's a little pep talk that we get from the production team saying like, keep all your connections going. There's going to be a time when you decide and you have to break up with them because, you know, you get to that point because start with 16 girls and process of elimination through the days, you know, it gets dwindled down to 1. So it's like, okay, well, let's do what the show is telling us to do. Just kind of keep it alive.
Right.
Yeah.
It was really hard in that. Just, I mean, I even said on the show, every part of me felt wrong dating 2 women. It's like, I feel like I'm just.
Yeah, it feels wrong.
For doing this. Yeah, it feels like myself. So it was a really hard time. I mean, it was tough, but, you know, obviously it just ended in flames for me, but I came out pretty sick. Yeah.
But you know what? So this is something I like thought was so interesting because I watched a podcast you guys did recently and you guys were talking about how you're taking it slow now. And I think that's amazing. But I also thought it was so ironic and so funny because it started on a show where everything was like so fast.
Right.
I want to know like, what is taking it slow now? Look, now because you guys started with taking it so fast, does taking it slow for you guys, is that like
dating,
a normal relationship? Do you guys live together? Like, or are you really like that's what I want to know. Like the dynamics. How do you go from like, are we going to get married in 40 days of meeting or taking it super slow? Yeah.
I don't think we're that quick. The whole show was crazy because of how fast it was. I mean,
it's insane.
Yeah.
So I think when I said we're going to take things slow, because we already dated twice before this time. I think when I said take things slow, it was in hindsight of the show and everything, because there was a lot going on at the time. So it's like, let's ease into this. Let's not just announce it right away and just, you know, have a bunch of people's opinions. We just were doing this for us. So that's kind of, everything's been going really great since we got back together. And,
I think just day by day is what it is. You know, we don't want to like, because at that time too, there was so much hype around the show and people like, are you guys together? Are you not? And we really didn't want the pressure of that to influence if we were together or not together. So I think us saying we're taking it slow is kind of like, we just want to kind of like figure it out on our own terms and take it day by day and see where it go. It's not like we're together. We're going to get, a lot of people are like, would you have a wedding if Netflix paid for it? Are you going to get engaged? And for us, it's like, we're dating, you know? So like very much normal life dating and taking it day by day. And we're both so busy. I think we're just supporting each other and like building and chasing our dreams and, you know, doing it together as a unit. And so that's kind of where we're at currently. We don't live together.
That's so cool. Is it something like special almost about like being in a relationship now, but like keeping it like sacred? Like, don't you feel like you want to protect it a little bit? It's so funny. We were literally scrolling through your Instagrams earlier this week trying to figure out if you guys were together.
Well, she was like, are they together? And I was like, babe, they're together. I'm pretty sure that was apparent because on the reunion, it was kind of, you guys were saying, right, we're just friends right now. They weren't together at that point. But then I had seen you guys do some other interviews and it was evident you guys were together.
After I watched the last podcast, but at first glance, I was like, I'm not sure. And then I saw a TikTok. It was so cute. And you were, Mason's like, everyone wants to know if we're together. And you like kind of come into the frame and like kiss him. But I'm like, did she actually kiss him though? Because it was like,
she was still around.
I'm like,
so confused. I was like, babe, no, they're together. That's them saying they're together. So you got her.
Got me.
It's so funny because I thought we were being kind of like, once we decided we're going to date, we're doing it. I thought it was so obvious with what we were dropping. Like to us, we were like, it's obvious we're together. And to this day, people will comment and be like, oh my God, wait, are you guys friends or together? And we're like, we feel like we've been so obvious.
Yeah.
It's like shocking.
What more do you want for proof?
Yeah.
I know. Just make out already and post it.
Oh, that's so funny.
You know what I feel is one of the weirdest things is like what we were talking about, the show airing so far after when you film it is like, you guys dealt with it all, right? You went through all the trials and tribulations in real time. And then now there's like all these narratives on social media, right? After watching the clips that production decided to put into the episodes, we know I was on a few reality shows myself, like they edit it together in a way that it's entertaining and appealing, obviously. And now you have like all these immediate opinions from people behind their keyboards. What was it like for you was it hard to separate reality from the opinions of everyone and their mother online? Or were you able to kind of keep grounded with your friendship and each other?
That was definitely one of the hardest times that I've had to experience, just like people not knowing who you are and just judging you based on these clips that this editor decided to show everyone and have this narrative, like you said. I mean, it was really tough, but I think the fact that we had each other was incredible. Huge. We were such a good support system in there for each other and going through, basically the exact same thing. So we were there and we could help each other through that hard situation. So it was a nice time.
I was going to stick up for you, Mason. I'm team Mason because watching the whole thing, and I don't know if there's really teams, but obviously Madison had an opinion and there was sides to this story, but watching it, I was looking at Toni and I kept going, this is all confusing and hard. And it's kind of like you're in this bubble and I could imagine it. And I try to kind of put myself in that situation. Like you're dating multiple people, you're getting mixed signals. You don't really know which way is forward. And like, I felt like you got a lot of unwarranted scrutiny based on the name of the game itself. Like just the concept of the entire show is very complex. And I can't imagine the time winding down because you're only in there for 10 days, right?
Yeah.
It's such a short period of time to make these life-altering decisions. So it's like, I give a lot of kudos to people like Taylor and Daniel that end up getting married in the 30-day window or whatever it is, because could you imagine? Like, I like the way you guys did it. You went and found each other after. That makes a lot of sense to my brain, and I get your confusion in there. So I just wanted to publicly say that I got your back, and I thought the Mason scrutiny was unwarranted, okay?
Well, I think it's so crazy. So Taylor and Daniel were saying the exact same thing, how when the show aired, it was like one of the hardest times for them in their life.
Right.
And like, that's so, you're just minding your own business.
Right.
I don't know about you guys, but for them, like casting directors messaged them directly. And that's how they ended up on the show. Like,
yeah, how did you guys get cast? Was it the same thing?
I got reached out on Instagram, just a random DM, and I'd never heard of the show prior to that. And right after I took a 5-minute call, I watched the trailer on YouTube. It's like, okay. Seems like a decent way to find someone.
Yeah, to this day, we'll like be talking about it. And I'll be like, oh, it's like this scenario. And I'll kind of refer it back to it. And he's like, I have no idea who those people are or what you're talking about. Like, he's so out of the Love is Blind loop.
That's amazing.
It's honestly amazing. I love it. I applied with my sister for fun when I was going through nursing school. My sister was like, oh my God, Love is Blind is coming to Minneapolis. I'm going to apply. And I was like, why? I was kind of like, why? That's crazy.
Right.
And then I was deep in the trenches in nursing school and I kind of wanted something fun to do. So I was like, oh, I'll do it with you for a good time. We like took pictures, did the videos, and all the questions they ask you in the application are actually really great, like self-journal prompts on what you are looking for. And I was like, I kind of want that anyways to guide what I'm looking for in a partner in a marriage. So I was like, so we did it together and we actually both got pretty far together, which was interesting.
That would have been really funny.
Wait.
I can't believe that they didn't pick the two of you just on purpose to watch you guys date the same people.
Fun dynamic. Like, you're dating the same guys as your sister. Is your sister older or younger?
She's older. She's older. And now hindsight, she's like, I'm so glad I didn't go because seeing these men, I don't think I would have been into any of that.
That's amazing.
No offense, but she was just like, none of these guys were my type. So it's a good thing I didn't go.
Do you guys have a similar type? Is Mason your traditional type that you would go for?
In a lot of ways, yes. In a lot of ways, no. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Like some things I definitely like. I love the creative type. That's always been what I go for. Someone who loves to learn. But then in other ways, I mean, he's so healthy. I feel like I pick a fight with him just so that we can have conflict resolution. I love conflict resolution. Like, it's nice to be like, hey, we disagree. You say your perspective, I say mine. And now let's meet in the middle and move forward. And then you feel closer. It's like you trust each other more. You got through this thing. And we just never have that because he's so healthy. I've never experienced that. I've never experienced that before. So I'm trying to pick a fight. I'm like,
I'm going to bail you out here because I'm the exact same way until I met Toni. I was in some toxic relationships and like fighting was like a normal thing. And then when I met Toni, she's like so level-headed and I'm like, wait, where's the drama? Like, am I the problem?
Yes.
Well, it's so funny. The only time we fight in our house is when I'm like cranky and just being cranky and a bitch for no reason. So there is no like conflict resolution because she's like, what's the matter? Let's talk about it. I'm like, literally nothing. I just hate everything.
Just leave me alone for like a day is kind of our thing.
Yeah.
So I get that. No, wait. Okay. So you were in nursing school when you applied, but are you officially a nurse now?
I'm a nurse. Yeah. So it's so funny because I had a feeling like I was supposed to be on and that I was going to be on because I was supposed to like meet someone and there was a purpose. And so I didn't hear for 9-10 months. Everyone thought casting was over. And I was like, it's not too late. I know I'm going to be on because I know there's like a purpose for me being there. And then they reached out and they kind of string you along a little bit. And I was just like, I just had a gut intuitive feeling like I'm supposed to be there.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Even me and Mason there, we had so many synchronicities that happened that weren't shown where it just felt like something bigger in a sense. For sure. It was just weird.
That's so funny. That's exactly what Taylor and Daniel said too. They were like, it felt like something so much bigger than this show. And it's so cute.
Well, you can like see it, just the success stories that came out of it and even the people that like stayed, the friendships that came out of it. I feel like there is something all the vanity is taken out of it. You're just connecting with someone's soul.
So it's like yes and no. But tell me if you guys agree. And maybe you totally don't.
I know what you're going to say.
Everybody on the show is good looking. So it's like Taylor said this and she's like, yeah, it's easy to say love is blind.
When everyone's good looking.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you don't know if it's going to be your physical type.
True. No, agreed. So, for us, like, we're not looking for like, what's my exact type? Is it there? For us just watching as viewers, it's like, well,
no one's a bad option, but yeah, it could not be a match, but no one's like,
right.
Yeah. Like,
right. Yeah, that's a good point.
So what I want to know is the part that I'm fascinated by is like, when you go on shows like this, you kind of get like this Insta fame when it airs, but you're in videography, cinematography. You're a nurse. What was it like going back to your jobs? Was there any, Minneapolis is probably a tight community, so I'm sure people were excited about the show. What were like the biggest differences? Was everyone wanting to talk about it? Was it weird?
Minneapolis is, relatively small for a city. So, there's times where I'll go to the gym and people will stop me and ask for a selfie. And I'm like,
they do.
Why do you want this? I am no one. I was just a dummy on a show. You shouldn't want a picture for me. But For the most part, I mean, I go around and travel and do video shoots, and I was at a shoot at a hospital recently, and it was funny because a few nurses stopped and they're like, "Are you Mason from Love Is Blind?" It's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Can I get a selfie?" It's like, "Okay." But
So
for
do
the
you
most
feel like,
part,
have you gotten more work since being on the show?
I've gotten more people reach out to me because, you know, obviously a lot of people go to your Instagram and check everything out. So
Yeah.
I made some really cool connections that I never thought that I ever would. So I'm really grateful for that aspect of the show.
Oh, that's
What about
awesome.
you, Meg? What's it like being a nurse? Are you like doing,
Do you have people requesting you now?
you're doing
No,
CPR and
Can I
they're
have
like,
her as my nurse?
It wakes them up.
oh my God, it's Meg.
No. I feel really lucky because I didn't really want, that's the one part of being on a show I didn't want necessarily. Like, I like having my private life. And like going to the grocery store looking, you know, ragged. Like, I
Yes.
still do that. And when people recognize me in that state, I'm like, I want to
No.
yeah, my hair's all crazy. I'm in my sweats, you know. But I'm lucky because I work with veterans primarily in home
Oh.
health. So this patient population has never even heard of Love Is Blind. And so I love that. Like, I've never, ever, I think one person recognized me at work at an assisted living facility, one of the staff members there.
Right.
Otherwise, when I go into the homes, nobody has even heard of the show. So
That's incredible.
But yeah, just your regular scheduled programming for me. And I love that.
So
That's
what
so
kind of,
cool.
I'm so interested in the cinematography. I'm into acting a little and I produced a few films. So like what kind of cinematography do you do?
It depends. I work at an ad agency. So
Okay.
I do anything from commercial shoots to testimonials to documentaries. You know, I wear a lot of hats in my styles and stuff like that. So it depends on the client and what they are looking for. So, but basically I just try to make everything look as clean and cinematic and detailed as possible.
So cool.
His goal
That's
is to make
amazing.
people cry.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Some
he
heart
wants
wrenching.
What a great goal in life.
Well,
So anytime I'm like, oh my God, I'm emotional, he's like, yes, like that was my goal.
Oh, that's amazing.
That I can go out and create something and be able to express myself through video. So the fact that I get to do that for a living is amazing. I mean, I'd be doing that if I wasn't getting paid for it. So I'm the luckiest person in the world for that aspect.
That's so
Oh,
cool.
that's amazing.
I know. It's good to love what you do. Do you guys have a lot of like opportunities coming in terms of like influencer stuff? Like has Love Is Blind built a brand for you guys that you guys want to explore in that world?
I feel like it's normal life, honestly, for us. I think like it was really hectic the first couple months, and we were both working full time and also trying to juggle different events, opportunities.
Right.
And now it's kind of just back to normal life, and it's kind of nice because it's hard to juggle full time with everything else. I was getting really burnt out and run down.
Yeah.
Kind of just like gone back to our rhythm of what it was like before the show.
Yeah, it's been good because we were happy before the show.
Yeah.
We got on the show and now, you know,
Yeah.
no big deal.
It's good when you like your life.
Yeah.
It's nice when you when you already like the people that you are.
Yeah.
So have anybody from the cast, are they like in your lives now, like close friends where you're like seeing on the regular? Who do you guys still talk to? I'm just so curious.
Yeah.
I want to see the stories continue. You know, I'm like, I need a season 2.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I will say, and every single person from our season has said this, that our season was such low drama during filming. And the second cameras dropped, I feel like so much drama exploded. And that's where everything truly unfolded. And it's just been wild because I am so drama avoidant that it's been hard for me to like navigate through all of this and try to respect everyone. And I want everyone to be cool. I want everyone to be friends so we can still hang out and do fun things together. And so I think we've been trying to navigate that as best as possible. But a lot of us are still close. Like a lot of us still hang out, do activities together. We're going on a party bus to like a little rave tonight with some of the cast members. So we all still go out and do fun things together when we all, you know, have time to. So
that's amazing. Fun. Wait, now I'm like so curious. We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but like what kind of drama could have unfolded after filming? Is it because you guys are like watching it back and maybe like sparking emotions from people of stuff they didn't know happened?
Yeah. I mean, you hear what happens and then you actually see it and it's just, a whole different story. Like now you have different types of feelings about what you actually saw. Like I know with me and Meg, it was like I told her everything when we got back from the pods and had a hard, long conversation about it. But I knew like the only way to do it is be honest. And I knew telling you all that stuff, it would never like prepare you for seeing it in person.
Right.
Like, it's just a whole other thing. So
yeah. And then, like doing interviews and press, then you're hearing your name being mentioned in someone else's interview. And you're like, hold up, what? Why didn't you say that to my face? I didn't know you felt that way. And also that's inaccurate. So then you want to go on and tell your side of the story so people don't, you're not misrepresented by someone else. And so there's a lot of that. I think that happens as well. And, everyone has a right to their perspective and to speak on it. But I think it's hard when it's so public, you know, it makes it's just another level and layer of difficulty in navigating it all. So
going on reality shows, obviously everyone's aware that like a degree of fame could come out of this. And if you're the star player and if you bring the most drama or you're the best love story, whichever way it is, whether it's love or hate from the fans, you could build a brand for yourself. And so I think some people are intrigued by that more than others. And so, you're going on the reunion. They don't say anything, but then they go on a interview a few weeks later and you're like, wait, you were just face to face with me. Why didn't you just say it to my face?
No, they want that clickbait moment. Yeah.
So that's hard to kind of decipher the real ones from the fake.
You've said it a few times when you were on Total Divas. You were like, I didn't know if me and her were fighting in real life or if it was only for the camera.
I had no clue.
And you still don't know.
No, I still don't know. I'm like such a simpleton though. Like I'm very like what you see is what you get. Yeah. So I'd be in debates and arguments and I'm like, she acting? Like, are we really fighting right now? And like, I'd be waiting for like the wink or something because we were cool in real life. Like nothing was going on and it would just start and I would just leave there like so mentally exhausted. Like, was that a real debate or was that for the show? And if it's for the show, can you just like cue me in maybe next time?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of mental games. One of the hardest things, I'm curious how you guys dealt with this. Like, was it hard to feel like you had to put on for the camera or was it kind of organic because you're in these rooms and the cameras are kind of hidden? Like, was it in your face and you were like, okay, am I supposed to say something entertaining? Like, was there pressure there?
I forgot largely that the cameras were there because most of the time they're hidden.
Right.
I was wondering that.
Yeah. So in the pod section, so easy to forget that you're being filmed. And I wish I would have kept that at the forefront a little bit more, to be honest, watching it back. Like I remember being in the van with all the girls after filming one day and someone was like, I'm being careful and I'm protecting my family members. I don't want to say certain things. And I was like, I did not get that memo. And like, I should probably be doing that too.
Right.
And I just went in like, I need to be fully myself because if I want to find a husband, he has to know who I am, my backstory, where I come from. That's made me who I am today. And so it was easy, I think, for both of us to forget we were being filmed there.
I know, like you said, going into it, I have the mentality of like, love me or hate me, I'm going to be myself because I'm not going to defend someone who I wasn't on TV. It's like, I'm just going to go in there and let people judge me for who I am. And looking back, I wish I wasn't such a potty mouth. I wish I could curse all the time, but that's just who I am, I guess. So
I feel like both of you guys were actually portrayed so well.
Yeah.
First off, Meg, I feel like you're my spirit animal. If I could pick a spirit animal, it would be you.
I feel the same way. From what I've seen of your guys' show, I'm like, oh my God, I want Toni's life. I want the chickens. I want the Homestead life. So
come on over anytime you want.
I totally get it. I'll be there.
Although I don't know, the camera's shut off and I'm like, I have to vacuum again. There's dog hair everywhere. They need food. They need food. They need water.
It's a whole circus over here.
We have a lot of murder and a lot of death over here.
So I have to segue a little. We were briefly talking before we started recording and
oh my God, are you going to bring up ayahuasca?
I'm going to bring up ayahuasca. You mentioned it, Meg. We are going to ayahuasca very soon and I'm embarking on this journey for the first time. Toni has already been, loved it, had a great experience. Would you guys do ayahuasca? What do you know about it?
100% I do ayahuasca.
Yeah, I'm scared, but I love like healing medicine and like hallucinogenics. I think it's so fascinating with how people say you go in and you have years of therapy in one session.
Right.
I think it's so cool that something that comes from the earth has been given to us to heal ourselves. You know, I think that's beautiful in and of itself. So I am fascinated with mushrooms, ayahuasca, ibogaine, like all the things.
All
So
the things.
I want to hear about your journey. I cannot wait to see what your experience is like. Are you, Daria, are you going in with like a certain one specific thing that you kind of want to like have revealed to you or resolved or?
Yeah, so it's weird. Timing is everything, and I'm a very big believer in like everything happens for a reason. My time at WWE came to an end after 10 years there, like what, 3 months ago now? And she had gone to ayahuasca last year, and I was like, yeah, I
She
don't
keeps
really-
saying gone to ayahuasca like it's a place. Like I'm going to Florida.
The island of ayahuasca?
She went to ayahuasca. No, she went to do ayahuasca like a year ago now. And I was like, yeah, I don't really have a desire, whatever. I don't need clarity on things. Like I'm so busy. And I was kind of just like tunnel vision doing what I was doing. And then when that all came to an end and I'm embarking on this next chapter of my life, I was like, you know what? I would feel drawn to do it now. And at the same time, the resort had reached out to Toni and was like, does your wife want to come? Do you guys want to come? And I was like, you know what? That's a sign from Mother Ayahuasca. So be her. And I think we should go do it. So I'm going with an open mind. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie, but I'm glad we're going together and I'm not going alone to the rainforest of Costa Rica. That sounds scary and intimidating, but yeah, I don't know. I'm going for maybe clarity, healing, just maybe more groundedness, you know?
So the way that this place works, we're going to the same place I went to last year and I can't rave about it enough. Actually, Grant, I don't know if you know him from Temptation Island, he's there right now.
Everyone knows Grant.
He's there right now. I believe he leaves. I'm hoping he's leaving. This place, you have to arrive on a Saturday or Sunday and stay till the following Saturday or Sunday. So I'm hoping he leaves Sunday because we arrived Sunday morning. So we would cross paths.
That'd be funny.
But the place that we're going, you go to classes all day long and then the ceremonies are overnight. So they teach you these like intentions of what you're to ask for when you're in the ceremony. They're like, you don't want to be in front of my Mother Ayahuasca. This is all very metaphoric. She's not actually sitting in front of you, obviously, but she's going to say, what do you want? And you don't want to be like, am I supposed to stay with Sally for the rest of my life? Like you don't want to ask that.
Yeah,
so they teach you these 3 intentions that you go in and ask for. And then their formula is by the end of the week, because you actually do it 4 nights in a row, all night.
Intense.
Yes. That by the end of the week, you get this like miracle that heals you essentially in whatever way you need healing. So she gives you what you need, not what you want. So their intentions are show me who I've become, merge me back with my soul at all costs, and heal my heart. So it's like they teach you to not go there with a list of questions like, I want clarity on my job or on my career.
I made a list.
Yeah. So you're going to not do that.
I have a whole list. Listen, Mother, I'm going to be in control here. Listen, Mother Ayahuasca.
You are never in control.
This, and this. And if not, I want my money back and I want to go home. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So excited to hear how it goes for you guys.
Yes, we'll have to let you guys know and we'll give you all the info, the resort. It's called Rhythmia.
Yeah.
It's in Costa Rica. It's supposed to be great. My wife loved it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
She's very skeptical, so I'm very excited to see. And it's really funny because when I went last year, I was like obsessed with it and it's all I could talk about before and after I went. And now it's like died down for me because now I'm back to real life. And now she's excited to go. It's all she talks about. She's like, now I identify as ayahuasca.
I'm like at the grocery store. I'm like, do you know ayahuasca? Are
She's
you on ayahuasca?
Mother Ayahuasca. I am her. We have merged.
We are now one.
Yes.
Well, you guys are so fun. And I really am excited to see your life continue to play out via social media, if that's the only place. My one last question for you is, would you guys ever do another reality show after your experience with Love is Blind?
We kind of just talked about this.
Yeah.
Like yesterday.
Yep.
And I said,
that's so funny.
I think it'd have to be a while for me. Like I would never say never to anything.
Right.
But it was a little traumatizing afterwards. Like I was not eating well, sleeping well. I was in a pretty poor mental state. And I'm just realizing how extreme it was now that I'm back to a baseline again.
Yeah.
I just feel like, was it worth it? Yes, obviously we met each other, but it would have to be some time for me, I think, before I would. What about you?
Yeah, for me, it was like, my biggest fear for going into Love is Blind was being known for the guy on Love is Blind and not being known for my cinematography and my work. So it kind of worked out that everyone got to see me for who I was, and everyone seemed to have a good positive response. But I mean, yeah, I'm not here to live that life. Like I said, like Meg said, we got each other from it, and that's really what I wanted to come out of it. So that being said, I'm definitely not going to do any dating shows.
No Temptation Island for you guys.
No, the ultimatum.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I have so many questions. We're going to get them on because I just have so many questions. Like, so did you guys talk about it before you went? Like, yeah, we're going to fuck other people. Like, that's just a thing. Like, I watch it in disbelief.
Wait, how about the ultimatum? I almost feel like is worse.
Which one's that?
So do you guys know the ultimatum? It's on Netflix, I believe, right? Have you seen it?
That one,
so
it triggers you watching it. You're like,
it does.
Yeah.
It's when one person wants to get married and the other partner doesn't. So you bring them on the show called The Ultimatum, and at the end, we're either going to break up or we're going to get married. Not on the show,
but you date other people in the
yes, and you go live with them.
You kiss them.
They say no, but like I think that they do.
Yeah, you can.
It's
crazy. I couldn't imagine. I remember watching Temptation Island because it was right after our season aired, and I was like, okay, I want to see other people kind of like go through it. Like,
yes.
Yeah, they go through on that show.
I can't imagine the mental warfare of that show.
No, I could not.
When the red lights go off at 2 a.m. when someone's Like, I feel like it's psychological warfare. They all need ayahuasca. So I'm glad
they all need some.
He's going to need some deep healing after that.
I was thinking that
I think he needed the deep healing before.
Yeah, right. But like, especially now. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But you're watching it and you're just like, it's self-sabotage. They had to have had a conversation like, hey, we don't give a shit about this relationship, so let's just go on here and wait. Like, there's no way real loving couples go on there, right?
I watched the Vial Files. Did you guys, Meg, did you see the Vial Files? Because they didn't do a reunion.
Oh, so
I heard some of it. Yeah.
I don't know if I watched the whole thing too. It was a little bit like not that entertaining, so it was like hard to keep watching, but I will say it sounded kind of like most of the couples were pretty much broken up when they went on it. Or they were like on again, off again. None of them were like strong together couples.
Well, no shit. You got to be on rocky roads if you're like, hey, go in a house with a bunch of hotties and if something happens, let me know. I can't relate.
Yeah.
We did. Who comes up with these storylines? Like, what person is like, I got an idea for a show?
Well, and then the couples are like, I found the perfect show for us. What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, and then the couples on the other side, like, I found the perfect show.
Why not the chat? Go on the challenge. Go on Traders. I don't know, something that's like, competitive or fun. You need. That was the one.
I don't know.
I gotta sign us up for a show.
Oh my god! No.
Wait, why?
Would never.
That'll be a fun joke if you came home from work. Man, guess what I signed us up for? A new show.
Wait, so I was gonna ask, why were you guys talking about another reality show and if you would go on it yesterday? Did something else like come up?
No.
Just talking about the drama and the stress and how
the drama.
Fair.
And oh my gosh, it was so I was in fight or flight for weeks. And just thinking about that yesterday. And I was like, I don't want to go. It's not worth it for me. Like sacrificing that. It was the worst feeling. Every day you get a call and you're like, oh my gosh, did something happen? You know? And then ultimately you're like, no one actually gives a shit.
It's just entertainment.
Right.
But that's so crazy to me that you even got that or went through that. It's sad for me because I feel like you are... I don't know. I'm a big fan. And I just like watching you. I'm like, what is there to even pick apart? What is there to even talk about? You're just so real and so innocent and you stand up for yourself when you should. And like watching you, I mean, I'm so happy you guys are together now. But watching as just a viewer wanting entertainment, right? When you went in there in that last meeting with Mason and you like stood up for yourself and you're like, I'm not going to be anybody's second choice. I was like, yes, like I didn't expect you to do that. As a, I don't know you, obviously. And I was just like, she is the freaking coolest. Like, knowing what you want, knowing what you deserve, like, standing true to just, like, who you are and being confident with it. And, Like, what is there to pick apart? It's so
that's
crazy.
the point, is the internet will, that's the entire point, is none of them are doing, and most of them, I should say, there's a couple, but most of them aren't doing anything to be scrutinized, but that's the name of the game, and people will find, it's like when, this is like my example I always use, like if you're scrolling on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, and there's like a football game going on, and they're like, oh my God, that was the Tom Brady freaking sucks. And I'm like, you're eating Cheetos on your couch saying that Tom Brady sucks?
Right.
That is not okay.
Yeah.
That. Exactly.
Like, is that not perspective enough? You know, I used to get it because when I'd wrestle, I'd have a bad match and they'd be like, oh my God, she sucks at wrestling. And I'm like,
and to be fair, she scrolled and she was like, everyone's ripping me apart.
It's a doom
now.
scroll. Yeah, it's so
and I'm like,
toxic.
Who cares?
Intoxicating.
It's hard
yeah.
not to, you know, it's hard not to. And
They
then
know.
the other side though, because anytime we get hate DMs, hate comments, I'm like, somebody took time out of their day to sit there and write up a whole paragraph. But then on the other side, it's so kind when someone takes time out of their day to write something positive to you. I also got so many positive paragraphs being like, you are a light, keeping who you, and I'm like, you took time out of your day.
Right.
Sit there and write something positive to someone you've never met before. And that's beautiful. So it's kind of like there's always going to be that darkness and that light.
You're
It's
so
like
right.
you have to try and focus on the light, but the darkness feels so much heavier.
It does.
For sure.
And it's hard when, like, especially you guys are just meeting each other. You don't know each other that well yet. So it's like people are trying to infiltrate the system that you're just yet beginning to build the foundation of. Right. So it's like, you know, it's, and it didn't happen that much your season, but previous seasons, it was like exes coming out of the woodwork being like, he's still married to me. And, you know, my kids have his last name and all these like things. Yeah. It doesn't seem like obviously you guys dealt with that, but like when that stuff comes up, it's like, well, who do I believe? I just met this guy 10 days ago.
Well, how about what was just in the news this week? I saw on our favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys watch true crime? Like listen to true crime stuff?
Dude, I'm such a weenie. I'm used to.
Not a weenie.
I'm so scared now. I'm like, that could happen to me. It freaks me out. So I can't.
Oh my God.
But I
well, you guys you've known each other for a while. So I don't think this will ever be the case for you. You're safe. But this week we have like our favorite like true crime podcaster we love. And I was like scrolling through a podcast of recent episodes to like pick one while I was driving. And I see Love is Blind, couple arrested for attempted murder. This was Wednesday morning, just 2 days ago. So I listened to it, and it was from the latest season of Love is Blind from Argentina. And the guy and the girl, they get married on the show. But then like a month later, so just like last month, they were going to have like a religious wedding this time with just like their family without like being filmed and stuff. And the night before, he tried to murder her, and now he's in jail.
Oh, so the guy tried to murder his family, and he had to get married.
They were technically married because they got married on the show. This was like an after wedding that they were doing to make it like in church and stuff. Because I guess the first wedding on the show wasn't.
That's traumatizing.
And I'm just like, yeah, you don't know somebody. So listen, you guys know each other now. It's been enough time.
She's like, don't worry.
Don't be
Mason's
scared.
Not a serial killer. Stop it. It's so messed up.
But then afterwards, then all of his exes are like coming out of the woodworks and they're like, he was abusive to me. He was abusive to me. Like, and they're all going to like testify, and he's in jail now. Santos and Emily.
That's wild.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where you really feel like how well do I know someone?
Right. Do they background check you guys?
Yeah.
They do.
Extensive background checks.
Well, they must have missed his.
They missed something.
It's not a game. Like you go through rounds and rounds of questions.
Really?
Yeah, like he said, psych evaluations, background checks. I feel like they do their due diligence, but then sometimes you're like, how did that one squeak through?
Interesting. Okay.
Well, because some people can fake. I mean,
yeah.
They could fake a background check?
No. But like you could fake, the psych test or, are you abusive? No, like.
Yeah, but yeah, that's scary.
So crazy.
Well, luckily that wasn't the ending for you guys.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to bring something else up because I feel like we touched on it maybe even before we started recording, but it's like my biggest passion in life and you seemed interested. So now I want to bring it up about the chickens and the ducks and the homestead farm living.
Oh God.
Is that a dream of yours over there? Can you have that in a city?
That is all I'm working towards. I on the phone last night with Mason had a little mental breakdown because I was like, I'm living this fast, busy life, and I just want a slow life. I was like, I just want to wake up and have my coffee on the porch, go sit in the grass with a million cats. I want a little cat rescue in my backyard, and I just want to read my book and be at peace and have land. So I want to hear all about your homestead life because that is what I'm working towards. That's like the only thing I want in life.
So I will tell you this. It doesn't look anything like what you just said.
She's like, don't do it. Find a new dream.
I'm like, do you want to take my place? Because I'll go to the city with Mason.
So she would love to be living in the city right now. That is for sure. But
yeah. Oh my God. That's a show.
We are having the winter that will not stop wintering. So, and our chicken coop is like on a slant and it's just been snow since November 1st. We had our last snow literally 3 weeks ago. We had a foot of snow outside. That's iced over because it was -3 degrees for like 5 months. So, and my outside hose is frozen, right? So I have a 5-gallon bucket every single morning in my shower, filling it up. Then I'm ice skating down to the chicken coop in -3 weather, hating my life.
And I'm like videoing it from inside laughing, like, you wanted this, now you have to do it.
And then, I mean, listen, I'm obsessed with the chickens and the ducks. I love them. I'm trying so hard to hatch them. Now I have like 9 call duck eggs in my incubator upstairs right now, trying to hatch a second round.
Coming soon.
But to be honest, what I think ruins it the most, I don't know how anyone's going to take this, is just don't have kids. Because your whole nice, slow, beautiful morning could be accomplished with the snow and the ice and bringing out the 5-gallon jug of water. But the kids really, yeah, I wish I could have a nice slow morning. It's like, wake up, pack lunches, breakfast. You're about to miss the bus. Hurry up, do your hair. You forgot your water bottle. Wait, you have to sign this.
They have some time before that. So they'll enjoy the chickens and the ducks for a little while before they get to the kid part.
Yeah, just enjoy.
If you guys want kids. Do you guys want kids?
Yeah. I definitely want kids. We've talked about, just how we would parent and like kids in the future. But we also, to your point, Toni, we talk about how after work, I need to decompress because I'm taking care of people all day. I need to chill. And I'll get home from work and we'll be like, how do people do this with kids? It's like you go from your taking care of people all day or talking to people all day to then going and taking care of your kids until they go to bed. You go to bed, wake up, do it over again. And I'm like, that's going to be so hard for me.
It's a lot.
So hard. Yeah.
It's a lot.
A lot of people who do that for a living, like go to work and watch kids and then have kids of their own. It's like, how are you even?
Yeah,
I know.
No.
When I get to go travel for work and stuff, Tony's like, you're so lucky. And I'm like, no, I do feel like I am. I do feel like I have the easier end of the stick, even though I'm working. It's like, she's got to hold down the whole fort, the whole farm, really.
I have many days where I don't leave my house. Pretty much is where we're at. I don't leave because it's just too much work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. So I wouldn't change it. But I would love to enjoy the little homestead life minus kids for a little while. Because it sounds really peaceful and really nice.
Yeah.
We'll wake up, go read a book outside.
Yes.
One day, maybe this summer, go sleep at a friend's house. We'll have a little coffee on the porch,
Yeah. Well, I feel like speaking of like having kids and you guys want to have kids and then you're like in this life where you're like, you're going to get up in the morning, you're going to pack everyone's lunches for the day, everyone's snacks, get everyone dressed, everyone's hair, drop them off to school or, daycare before or whatever. You're going to go to work all day. You're going to pick them up, come home. You're going to wash out their lunch boxes. You're going to cook dinner. You're going to switch the laundry. You're going to tuck them into bed and then do it. It's like you go through a phase of life where that you're just going and like living to get through the day and get through your like to-do list.
It's a lot.
Which is terrible. I wish life could just be like, I'm trying so hard over here to make life slow and peaceful.
Slow it down.
Slow it down.
We got to go back. What are people doing now where they all live like
we need to live.
compounds?
Oh, so we were talking about this last night and I feel like, Meg, we're very connected and you would enjoy this. It's like you have kids, but you should have them and live on like a little commune where everyone raises the kids together. And like that kid has like 10 parents.
Yeah.
Because then it's like you have them once a week.
We have grandpa over there, grandma and grandpa over there, like your sister and brother over there, and it's like, all right, go over there, go over there.
Well, they say it takes a village to raise raise kids, and like it really is true.
I'd be down to buy like 100-acre plot of land, and everyone just.
Who are you?
That sounds nice.
It's because you're going to ayahuasca. It's already working
preparing.
inside of you.
Full circle. Bring it back.
Bring it back full circle. All right.
Yeah.
Meg and Mason, you guys have been incredible. I just want to thank you for your time, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. We're going to wrap it up here. And for our guests listening on our podcast, we're going to do some exclusive bonus clips over on our Patreon account so you can continue listening there. But for now, that's another episode of Unwrapped with Meg and Mason from Love is Blind. Thank you guys so much. I'm Daria.
And I'm Toni, and we will see you guys next time.